the fat. Free!
What is up, people? It is week 24 and I have returned, just like General MacArthur, although kind of different. But anyway, I was on my travels last week, and just like the previous time I was traveling, all the lifting done while I was away was pretty light, higher rep kind of stuff, just to get some work in, because I don't want to take my belt and my shoes because it takes up too much room in my backpack, and I don't want to check bags, so there it is. While I was away, though, I learned a few new things about the bench press, and combining that with the fact that my arm is finally feeling pretty well, and we've been doing some heavy singles, as you know, for a few weeks now, and the arm has been handling that with no problem. Figured it's time to crank things up a little bit and get back to some heavy work. But I had another case of absent-mindedness and completely forgot to do that new bench work on Saturday. So I said, well, I guess I'm going to have to do it on Sunday. But yeah, you're going to see a new exercise coming up here. It is called the dead bench press. And you might be thinking, what is that? Well, basically the idea is that just like a dead lift, you don't have what's known as an eccentric, or a lowering of the weight first. So like here on a squat, you have an eccentric as well. So you start at the top, and then you go down first before you do the positive part of the movement. And the whole point is that if you take out the eccentric, you're definitely going to remove any stretch reflex that may be helping your lifts. And you might be asking, what is this stretch reflex, you say? Well, it's actually when you stretch, it's not that when you feel that tightness that you can't stretch further. It's the fact that your brain thinks that you're going to damage the muscle and it commands it to contract. It's kind of like an involuntary contraction. And what that does is it can help your lifts because it basically combines with the voluntary contraction, and bam, there you go. So as you can see here, I was doing the dead bench press this week during my warm-ups. So basically you just set it up on the pins, basically at the very bottom position of your bench, and then just do the positive part, just drive it off your chest. And that seems to be pretty good. And I'm hoping that this is going to have a great effect on my strength and hopefully get my pecs pressing more weight. Yeah. And I followed that up with some heavier rep work. I have, as you guys know, I haven't done anything lower than like 8s and 10s in quite a few weeks. And so this really wore me out. This was good. And I ended up doing this twice this week, on Sunday and on Wednesday. And I'm happy to report that on Wednesday, it was a lot easier than on Sunday. And speaking of Sunday, I forgot to mention that I had a little something go haywire in my left quad when I was doing my rep work on the squats. I was going down on like the second set, first rep, and there was kind of a yank in there. It wasn't severe pain, but it definitely felt not right. But as you know, we don't stop. We just try and keep moving it, and the rest of the week, we're just aware of it and was able to work through it without too much trouble. But I think I mentioned a while ago when I was first starting to run, I was having some cramping in that leg. I'm wondering if that wasn't actually cramping as much as it was tightening up, trying to protect something. We'll have to see. We'll monitor it from here and take care not to re-injure it. And here you're going to see another bout of absent-mindedness because I forgot to readjust the pins after doing the dead bench. I moved the pins up one from my normal position for the dead bench as opposed to the regular bench. And so as you see here, hit the pins, then had to readjust them before doing a actual complete rep, and you know, just absent-minded. Oh well. And as mentioned earlier, the rep work on Wednesday was quite a bit better on the bench, 200, 6x5, definitely less strenuous than on Sunday. And oh, by the way, it's hump day! That's probably why the bench was so much easier, because it's hump day. But anyway, because of the quad thing, kept the squat down to 320 instead of jumping up any higher, and that went fine, which was good. And also, I had sumo deads on this day, which is also heavy quad, as opposed to like the conventional deadlift, which is more butt and back kind of. But anyway, this went well, 250 for 6 sets of 5. And on Wednesday, we also had the heaviest dead bench of the week, did 207.5, which is pretty good. I'm probably just going to keep the format I'm doing right now for next week, which is just do them during the warm-ups, and maybe after that, think about how I can work more work with the dead bench into my overall program. And moving on to last day of the week, Thursday, it was a really light day because I woke up feeling like garbage, but we had to get something done and had a decent incline press here of 195 to finish things off. So yeah, not a bad week. Back to the grind. Yeah. And the volume data for this week, basically a total of 186,000 pounds, and no comparison to last week because it was quite a bit lighter than usual, so don't bother with that. And 2018 goals update screen. Yeah, I'm going to put no injuries. I think that quad thing's okay, so we'll just keep monitoring that like I mentioned. But anyway, 12,000 chin-up challenge, currently at 59.46, almost about to hit 6,000. Nice. And for the 8 million pounds challenge, we're at 3.8 million. And last but not least, diet data screen. Yeah, weighed in at 148.3 this week, which is pretty good. I think that's only 0.03 pounds up from the last time you guys saw me. So with that, people, you have a good week. I'll see you next time. Bye.